We're back at the Toyota Center in Houston as we get ready for the 55th NBA All-Star Game right here. Let's go to the public address voice of the Houston Rockets, Terrell Gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from your Houston Rockets, six-time All-Star, Tracy McGrady. And the top All-Star vote getter for 2 years straight, Yao Ming.
Yo, on behalf of my NBA family, my Houston Rockets, want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for your support. And those watching worldwide, enjoy the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, fans. All come here tonight. Let's have fun here. Make some noise for us. Thank you. Let's play ball.
Yao has come a very long way, it should be pointed out, as we take a look at the McDonald's starting lineups. And we'll open it up with the Eastern Conference in the backcourt from the Philadelphia 76ers, two-time All-Star Game MVP, Allen Iverson. From the Miami Heat, averaging 27 a game, Dwayne Wade. On the front line in his second All-Star Game by way of the Cleveland Cavaliers, 21-year-old LeBron James. The other forward selected to replace the injured Jermaine O'Neal from the Nets, Vince Carter. And starting at center, Shaquille O'Neal of the Miami Heat. For the Western Conference All-Stars, at the guards, once again a leading MVP candidate, Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns. From the Los Angeles Lakers, putting up 35 a game, tops in the NBA, Kobe Bryant. And up front from the hometown Houston Rockets, two-time NBA scoring champion Tracy McGrady, along with Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs, making his 8th All-Star appearance, averaging 19 and 11. And at center, the man we just heard from the Rockets, the 7'6" Yao Ming. The officiating crew, Joe DeRosa in his first All-Star Game and Greg Willard in his first, flanking Dick Bavetta in his 31st season, his third All-Star Game 2 weeks ago. Dick passing Jake O'Donnell, who had reffed 2,134 games. Dick now by himself on the all-time list and has never missed an assignment. So we're ready to go with Yao Ming and Shaquille O'Neal. The jump center, Bavetta will put it in the air. East has won 34, the West has won 20. Last year in Denver, the East came up with a victory. Allen Iverson, who has the ball, was the MVP. 15 points, 9 assists, and 5 steals. Now Shaq played by Yao. And the fadeaway opens things up. LeBron James from the perimeter.
Well, Marv, with the injury to Jermaine O'Neal, that's going to force Tim Duncan to have to guard LeBron James out on the perimeter. That's going to be a tough matchup for him. But on the flip side of that, now Duncan can go in the post against LeBron James.
And here is Yao with the jump hook. Rebounded by Duncan. Tim Duncan, a guy who's been playing hurt throughout this season, with the assist. Gets the pass to Yao.
And right away, we're going to see a Shaq-Yao matchup. Remember, with Shaq moving to the East, we haven't seen these guys play against each other much. Both have suffered from injuries the last couple of years, so it'll be fun to see them going at it down on the block.
Well, we're going at it in a different style, as you saw the skip by Shaquille O'Neal as he tried to put a move on Yao Ming. That's a three-point attempt by McGrady. And Carter able to run it down. Fires. Wade with the save. But back comes Kobe. Kobe Bryant. Guarded by Vince Carter, who snatched it out of the air. And here's Wade ahead of the field. Wade with the stuff.
One of the things when you coach in a game like this, Marv, you talk to the guys, let's not have a lot of unforced errors, a lot of turnovers. We've already seen 2 careless passes. You just don't want the game to be sloppy.
You were head coach of the East back in the '97 All-Star Game. Can you actually put in plays, or is it a strictly roll the ball out on the court, as we see right here? As that pass goes, I would have to say, astray, thrown by Iverson. You say, hey, go work it out.
Great intentions when you have a little shoot-around to go into the game with a couple plays, but usually guys figure it out themselves, and a lot of screen roll, a lot of post-ups, isolations. Here you see Duncan, but you'd like to have an out-of-bounds play, inline and sideline, Marv, and then the big thing is just getting guys minutes.
It's hard enough sometimes to get guys to run plays in the regular season.
That's true.
Forget the All-Star game.
And James with the air ball. Back comes Bryant. Nice pass. Nash gives it back. Beautiful play. Tracy McGrady, the finisher.
We've seen early on there's a fine line between being good and being a little out of control. Let's hope that both teams are just plain and simply good here tonight.
And on the turnover, the ball back to the West.
Well, the guy who leads the NBA in assists, Steve Nash, the nice little handoff that time to Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming, what tough years they've had with injuries. The Rockets have been struggling. Could be a fun day for these two guys here in front of their home crowd.
And back comes Iverson, putting the move on Bryant. Nice feed. Wade. Shaquille O'Neal from his teammate, Dwayne Wade. Game is tied at 6. We are just underway here in Houston. Steve Nash showing us the quick release.
What a spectacular year he's having with all that went on in Phoenix in the offseason, the injury to Amari Stoudemire. This guy has been so good. Reigning MVP, I think he's got a chance to repeat.
You saw him the other night. What did he shoot? 10 for 11 against Houston. Didn't miss a shot. Kobe with the finish. He missed one shot the other night, Nash did. Completely controlled that game, and remarkable what he's done without Amari and Joe Johnson.
Game is tied at 9. Nice move by McGrady. Look out. The lob intended for LeBron James.
You see, Marv, that's what I'm talking about. Plays you'll try to make here today in the game you would never try in a regular game. You try to make that extra spectacular play.
That's a three-point attempt by McGrady. West squad getting back as Iverson hands to James. As we mentioned earlier, Flip Saunders said with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, he will insert his 4 Detroit Piston players. A running hook. Going glass, LeBron James. And the game tied at 10. Steve Nash with the lead off the mark.
Take a look at the speed and quickness and strength of LeBron James. I think that's what's more impressive than anything, the ability to just power through defenders and get to the glass.
Iverson. And it's put home on the follow by Carter. Vince Carter. Averaging 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for the Nets. It's deflected out. So the West will maintain possession. Vince Carter spent 6.5 years with Toronto, acquired by the Nets last December, and recaptured his high-flying style. The 1999 Rookie of the Year, won the Slam Dunk Championship competition in 2000 with that spectacular display.
Well, he's probably made the All-Star team a couple of times when he was voted in, when maybe he didn't deserve it. He certainly earned it this year with his play for the Nets.
Tracy McGrady. Game is tied at 12. Wade tried to look away, was deflected out, last touched by the West. And we will have our first substitution. Chris Bosh, a first-time All-Star in his 3rd year from Georgia Tech, member of the Toronto Raptors, comes on for the one-time Raptor, Vince Carter.
Now you have a little more natural matchup. You've got Bosh and Duncan going at it. That slides LeBron James down onto one of the wing players for the West.
Here's Nash with the lob. Intended for McGrady. And there's that backcourt man, Shaquille O'Neal, able to move it across.
Shaq wants to isolate here against Yao from the wing. Uh-oh.
That was a return pass intended for Shaq, and here's Kobe Bryant. There's a nifty pass between the legs of Yao Ming thrown by Shaquille O'Neal.
Like they had practiced that.
And again, Kobe puts off the glass. We've seen that before. That's Tracy McGrady is able to finish.
Yeah, but usually McGrady throws that pass to himself. That time he got one from Kobe.
Here's LeBron James from downtown.
He's improved so much as a shooter, Steve. You've talked about his balance. He's getting so much better balance on his shot, getting his legs underneath him.
And I think the scary thing is, Doug, he can still get a lot better with that shot. He takes 3 or 4 bad ones every game. His efficiency will continue to improve as his shot selection does.
Crowd reacting to that spin move by Kobe Bryant, and then it's deflected out of bounds. Timeout taken with just under 6 remaining in this first quarter.
Now here's the 2-on-1, the lob off the glass from Kobe. McGrady with the finish.
Back in Houston, it's time for Toyota's moving forward. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Well, Mark, with the trading deadline next Thursday, there's